Some people just want to watch World Fun.
Jeff Tails, another draft day.
Nailed
Blake's
it.
top 5 has 98.
I got
Jason
more.
just loves some Kevin James.
Fucking Kevin James.
It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's the history of bad. LaCroix. It's the history of bad ideas. Podcast.
This episode of Hobie is sponsored by Hello Jeff. Save 20% off your first meal box with promo code HobiePod.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe anything that we say on the history of bad ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the history of bad ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 454. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
Blake.
Hey! It's not a true old school, but a newer old school episode.
Close enough.
Episode 19 and on episode. So, yeah, we're here. Intern, get better. His family get better. He'll be back hopefully next week, unless he gets monkeypox. Let's hope not. It's the next thing.
I knocked on wood for those people.
Yes.
Maybe a surprise to his wife.
Yep. And then Jim is suspended. He'll be back, I think, next week. We hope
Again.
next week.
I think it's 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. Okay, Jim will be back in 2 weeks.
Suspended and we're forcing him to play golf.
Yes. Yes. That is punishment.
Mm-hmm.
Get the ball in the hole.
We want to get him on the PGA or Live Tour, whichever we can get.
No, that's a 4. No, that's L is 50?
50.
54 tour. That's a 54 tour.
Oh, the 54?
Yeah. Yeah. It's not Live, it's 54. It's not
Yeah.
Liv Tyler.
I'm waiting for the 9 tour.
9. That's in Germany.
9.
9.
Nine.
9.
You're not allowed to do that tour.
No?
It's in the name.
9.
9.
Oh. Well, then how about if I just do 10?
Okay.
10. It's a 10.
I'll do the front 9. We'll stop at the house for more beer. I'll do one more hole, and then I'm done.
Actually, I would watch golf if it was that way. That's it. And maybe if you have like a giant Ferris wheel they have to hit
Yeah.
it through or something like that.
You know, if they put like a mobile, mobile windmill on the putting
Yeah,
course sometimes.
exactly.
They move it for each hole.
You know what?
Come on.
Fuck it. Just make Holy Moly a professional sport. I'm fine with that.
Just play golf the way I do.
And live alligators.
Yeah. Ooh. Liv has a new thing.
Yeah.
Alligators. I like it. How do you play golf?
I shoot par.
How do you shoot? Oh, once you
Once
hit
I reach par, then I leave.
So third hole?
Oh, if I'm lucky.
Okay. Okay. God. We've talked way too much golf in the last 6 weeks.
I talked way too much golf in the last 2 minutes.
Yes.
Here he comes up. Jim suspended from Hobie. Teeing off on the 5 hole.
Cinderella story.
Live from the podcast.
Here he goes.
Nobody thought I could make it.
I'll be honest, his skills have really gotten worse since he's gotten older.
Hold on a second. He's reaching into his pocket. What's he got? I don't know. That looks like a Pez dispenser. Is there a Pez dispenser on the golf course? Are there rules for that?
Actually, Jim peeled. He now uses the Pez dispenser as his tee. He puts the golf ball on top. So just be ready.
Oh, that was a nice shot on the green.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not breaking out a putter. He's breaking out a cue stick. Is he allowed?
Yes. Yes, he is.
He's laying down on the green.
It's okay. It's a miniature cue stick. It's like for bumper pull. So
He's
you're okay.
chalking himself up.
You're fine. Oh, hey, you can't do that here.
hey.
Jim, get off the freaking course.
And you wonder why he's suspended.
From golf, too, obviously. Can't chalk yourself. Anyways. Hi, Blake. How you doing?
Doing great. I'm recovering from a wonderful weekend.
Of?
Gen Con.
How was Gen Con?
It's horrible.
Well, no.
Yeah.
We got kicked out.
What?
We were using your strategy, Jason.
What strategy?
That's Dungeons and Dragons. You know how you go straight for the dragon.
Yeah.
Then do the dungeon.
Uh-huh.
And Stasha Kirby herself had to come and kick us out of the Gen Con because once everybody saw how we can beat Dungeons and Dragons,
Yep.
everybody started doing it, and it was the end of the convention.
Brian and I were not allowed to go to Gen Con. Gen Con is a huge gaming convention in the Midwest here. It's in Indianapolis.
That's correct. That's correct. And they even asked me, they said, "You were with Hobie?" I said, No, I'm with nerdly.co.uk.
Oh, they're like, go on. And
they said, "Oh, yeah, hey, go on." I said, "Cheers, mate."
You're a cheeky cunt.
That's right.
That might have been the reason you got kicked out.
No, I said it was the English C word, not the American.
You're fine then.
And she said, "Okay, that's okay."
So, you got a press pass.
Yes, and actually, in all seriousness, we didn't close down the convention. Sorry. But yeah, thank you to Stasha Kirby and Gen Con for providing us a press pass, and looking forward to going back there again this year. I would say that
This year?
Yeah, well, going back next year.
Oh.
No, but we had a pretty good time. I had a buddy that I met up with that I've played online through virtual tabletops for a long time, and I actually met an old longtime friend that knew growing up, or back to grade school and through high school, and probably hadn't seen him in 30 plus years. And we started playing over together through VTT during COVID, and so Stan the man was there, and so it was really good. I hadn't seen him in 30 plus years, and we made plans to meet up at Gen Con and play together, and we all had a pretty good time. And we started out with I sent you guys pictures. We started out playing with the Scarlet Witch.
How was that?
No shitter. She was a Scarlet Witch.
Okay.
Full dress. But no, we started out this great game. It was a game based upon the D&D cartoon characters, where you play one of the cartoon characters. So I was Eric the Cavalier.
Okay.
So I had an awful lot of fun there. And from there, on the next couple of days, we did Temple of Elemental Evil by
Love
a
that.
guy that's it's great. A guy that's a CIO. For a company out of Georgia with like 200 plus employees. Could you imagine going to Gen Con and then seeing your CIO, who's like a step below the CEO, running a Dungeons and Dragons game? But he ran Temple Elemental Evil, and he actually had like sound effects and the fun stuff. And
Nice.
it's great playing with guys that have passions for the games that they're giving off and playing.
You never asked me.
Because
I think you've been asked
Yeah.
on multiple occasions.
we've asked you several times to play it because we know that you would secretly like it. Honestly,
I
tell you
probably
the truth.
would, actually.
but
But
You would, yeah. that's
all
right.
you say is, I already beat it.
Yeah, that's right.
We did.
But maybe we could throw a curveball in there at some point in time. And then we also did a Dragonlance game, which was pretty cool. Savage Worlds was a different game system, but
I was just wondering what happens if we double the dragons on Jason.
ooh.
triple M, who cares?
And what if we
heard
actually
it,
did
we're
like
tripling 'em.
what if we actually did a fake dungeon that he has to bypass first to get straight to the dragon?
Oh, yeah, he's going to try to go to the dragon?
Yeah.
Fooled you. That's not really the dragon. It's the dungeon.
I would just walk around it.
Yeah.
Can't.
Oh, I would.
It's a dungeon.
There you go.
I'm a wizard. I can do invisibility and go through it, right?
Well, he
Yeah,
does.
that's how invisibility works. It lets you walk through things.
Yeah. Well, he does have that 7-sided die.
And 77-sided
He used-
die.
and the 77-sided die. He was using last week.
So did you play Axis and Allies?
No, mostly because
didn't have
I
the time?
figured I can move 1 inch on a tabletop game board. Maybe at the Comic Expo.
Okay.
Do something like that to make the entire weekend go by. No, but had a lot of fun. These were long shot games, like 4 hours a pop. And after you do that all day and you're walking all over the place, and you go to the convention, and we were in the exhibit hall. Spent about 3.5 hours in the exhibit hall. We're like, okay, we're starting in row 1, booth 1, and we're going to the end.
Did you make it?
No, we had to cheat a little bit because our feet were killing us on the
I believe
concrete.
that, yes.
3.5 hours later, and so no, it was pretty good. The press release of like, hey, we're back to pre-COVID levels. We had 50,000 people, and I went, wait a minute, 50,000. That's pre-COVID levels, but how far back are you going?
Well, in the 80s.
No. I actually did go back and started looking. I'm like, I don't think that. So actually, attendances were down. The last time that they broke 50,000 was back in 2013. Is about where they were at. So 14, 15, 16, all of a sudden it's like they boom, 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 escalated, and then COVID hit. And then last year they had a limited, Gen Con and a lot of the online stuff. And this year they only had like 50,000. So they're still, to get back to 2019, quote unquote, pre-COVID level, they would probably still have to get 25,000 more people there because there were over 70,000 back in 2019. Back when it had an awful lot of fun, and I think a lot of it had to do was COVID. I think it's still people are still worried about COVID. And the next thing is they had a mask mandate for all convention-controlled places, which was ironic because in the hotels, if you are a non-convention person, you can be walking around without masks. And so there are a bunch of people staying in hotels with no masks and everybody else in convention with masks. Mm-hmm. But you can take the masks off in the hotel's restaurant because, quote-unquote, you're eating and drinking.
Well, also when you're in a restaurant, you are not at the convention.
Yeah, but you're still in the big building with that same connected space and the same shared air.
But I mean, anybody could be there. Anybody could be walking.
You could
around.
You could also be at the table, and you can take your mask off to drink and eat snacks, or if you had food. But I know how it all goes. I know how it all works. I know the pros and the cons and all that bullshit.
Do you think instead of having regular masks for COVID, if they would just pass out orc masks, like everybody was an orc, do you think that would have worked better?
Halloween masks? Gummy bear masks?
Gummy bear mask, of course. Everybody would have fucking loved it.
Where do they come from?
Exactly.
I don't know. Who are you? I eat your soul.
Yes, but the masking thing made it difficult to play, too, because
it does.
You can be in a hotel, convention room where they got those walled shit going on, and they could put like 4 or 5 round tables in there of 8 chairs each, and everybody's wearing masks, and just think of the noises that's involved, and you can't even hear the people at your table speaking because everything's muffled, and it can't go through. But it would have been nice if it would have been like mask optional, but whatever. But then also the thing they had to do is proof of vaccination.
Yep.
In order to do anything, you had to go get your vaccination card proof wristband thing in there. And then 4, I think that another reason they're not back to actual 70,000 that they were at in 2019. It's like they've been leaning political for the past several years, and this year they especially went political with a full-out statement and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, the last thing I want to do is let politics seep into my gaming fun. Same thing with sports. I don't want fucking politics in my sports. I want to escape politics. That's the reason I do tabletop games and board games and fun RPGs and stuff, because I don't want to fucking deal with fucking politics.
But do you think it's also because the recession is here too?
You had to get your reservations in for the hotels and everything several months ago.
Okay.
Quote unquote before.
Yeah. The recession.
The recession.
No, the recession. That's not a recession.
Yeah.
Did you flip any tables over?
That Pez went down the wrong pipe.
Did you flip any tables over?
No, I didn't flip any tables over this time.
Did you want to flip tables over?
No, I didn't want to do that.
Did you buy any games?
I bought more Critical Hit and Critical Fumble cards.
Not looking forward to that.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
What is that? Is that for Dungeons & Dragons?
It's for Dungeons & Dragons.
Yeah.
And you don't know what they are? I thought you beat the game. How did you beat the game not even knowing what that is?
Because we're so good we'd even have to use
They didn't even have to use the cards, I guess.
Yeah, that's it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it.
That makes me feel like you had a subpar outing.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Yeah.
I may be joining you next year.
Yeah, as I say, why not? Go ahead and do it. I mean, we had... there's for the one day on Saturday, we actually had 4 people. It was like, 3 of us, experienced gamers, and then we actually had a newbie, and showed the newbie how to do things and got real exposed to different play styles from, DMs and players and, all that kind of fun stuff. It was a friend of one of my buddies.
Oh, I'm not saying I'm playing D&D. Yeah. I'm just going to go.
Oh, no, you can go do. I mean, it's just incredible. You wouldn't believe how many board games exist out there that you don't know about.
Yeah.
That's nothing but the exhibition hall is, full of that stuff. And, we had a fun time just walking around our hotel, which was non-convention controlled, and nobody's wearing masks in there, but...
Yeah.
They had like the second level, the mezzanine level of the hotel, that wasn't connected to the convention center, and people just setting up tables and playing, board games.
Oh,
And
yeah.
We'd walk by and it was like, "Hey, have you figured out how to play Crusaders yet?" And they're reading the rules. They just bought it today, and they're like, "No, not yet." Make our rounds, looking at games like, "What's this? What's that?" And it's just some of these board games just look so damn complicated these days.
Yeah.
And come back to the people, for example, trying to play Crusaders. Again, it's like, "You guys figured it out?" Like, no. It was like 2 hours later. They still got the thing set up and they're reading the rules. And I was like, all right.
To be honest, most of the time, YouTube is the best thing to do for those.
Yeah.
I mean, I got Dead Reckoning out there, which we have to play.
Yeah.
Most expensive board game I've ever bought.
You saw that a expansion is now out on Kickstarter?
Yeah,
for
fuck
it?
that. Okay? You literally just sent it to me in June. Okay? Fuck you. And I bought the expansion. Okay? You can't get another fucking expansion later.
You
2
can.
months later.
You can. They
Fuck
are.
you.
Well, you're not going to get it 2 months later. You're going to get it 2 years later.
Fuck that.
Well, learn the basic game first and then get the expansion, right?
Well, they suckered me in at the last second. It was already the most expensive game I bought, and then they're like, "Oh, last chance. Would you like to buy the expansion?" Oh yeah, it seems kind of cool. And then my wife's like, "What did you buy?" I was like,
Yeah.
"Don't worry about it." She's like, "Well, when's it going to be here?" 2 years. Don't worry about it. She's like, "You bought something for 2 years later?" Well, it's Kickstarter. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
3 years later.
No, it's pretty
the
good.
pandemic did hit.
Yeah.
Likely excuse. They're pirates. Find a way around it.
Yeah, you're at sea. Come on.
Yeah. We have to play that though.
We did.
No, it's pretty good. And the best part that I love is like the miniature warfare. Whether it's historical recreation of battles, or if it's fantasy or sci-fi or space. I love going to see people just put incredible amount of times into these tabletop dioramas.
Oh, yeah, they
that
do.
are the board games to do these battles and stuff. And I think probably the coolest one I liked was the Star Wars one that they actually had. Recreating Star Wars battles with miniature stormtroopers and that actually had the from like the ending battle scene at Rogue One.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, where they came down in the Imperial shuttle.
Yeah.
And they had to get to that bunker.
Yeah.
To get into the the Gigabyte Tower or
And
whatever.
it was
the hell
cool
it's called.
seeing the AT-ATs on top of, what do you call it,
Yeah.
in the palm trees and that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, so there's an entire table of that, and it was like really cool. I was like, oh man, that is awesome. And then of course,
Then Blake broke them.
yes, and then I exactly.
Right away.
Yeah,
Fuck
exactly.
you, I lose.
When I crashed a TIE fighter into the set and then broke everything, I was kicked out at that
It
point.
was like Tommy Boy with the car. Oh
like-
my God.
Now, granted, his TIE fighter
Yeah.
was like the old Kenner
Yeah.
Giant one.
the giant
Yeah.
one. They're using these little miniatures, and he's
Yeah. And see, before they got to the ending, I was like, oh no, the Death Star test fired on the planet. I took my arm and went all the way across the entire thing. Yeah, it pissed some people off.
When he was shooting from the TIE fighter, he was like,
But I thought it was funny.
this stormtrooper isn't missing. Ha ha.
I did stop and I say, where's your miniature hugging the other miniature as I kill everybody? Anyways. No, but it was a good time. So looking forward to going back again next year and having fun.
Speaking of gaming, there might be a tabletop room at the Cincinnati Comic Expo this year, September 23rd through 25th. Just to let you guys know. There could be one there.
I got the Access and Allies game.
Yeah, oh, great. Come on
1 inch per hour.
Come up to the second floor, September 23rd through 25th. See Hobie up there. We'll have a booth down by the small panel rooms. We'll have another booth over by the large panel room, and we'll be all floating up, us and the cinema guys.
we are boothing it up.
Yes. Come see Jeff. He'll play trivia with you. Come see me. I'll play trivia with you. Yeah. So.
And hopefully soon we'll be finding out who's going to have some of these great panels that some of Jason and Brad and
Justin
will be hosting.
John Barrowman, maybe?
And didn't they just
I don't think
announce?
he's going to be back this year.
Didn't they
Justin
just,
will get him back.
didn't they just announce another big name?
They did. Great Scott! I'm Christopher Lloyd.
Best
right.
known for being Reverend Jim Ignatowski in Taxi.
Yes, I'm going to ask him lots of taxi questions.
All Taxi.
All taxi.
Oh, you did something since Taxi? Oh, that's right. You played a Klingon in Star Trek 3.
No, or actually, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. He was in that movie too. Remember?
You know what? Just to piss Jeff off, I'm just going to ask all Back to the Future 3 questions.
Don't piss me off. Yeah, I think that'll piss more people off who want to ask other questions.
You know, my co-host is a big Back to the Future 3 fan. He has some questions for you. Let me ask you some.
Of course, you got to preface everything with, we only have one time for one question per person. Okay. I have 2 questions.
No! I got
No two-part questions.
I got 2 questions, and I got sub-questions from those.
You're stuck on
I
a
got
desert
one
island.
question in 53 parts. It's like the back-to-school final test.
We are now all dumber for hearing that.
That's right.
But Christopher Lloyd's going to be there. He was also Uncle Fester. And you know who he's with? Christina Ricci. She's going to be there. Lurch from the Addams Family movies is going to be there.
Awesome.
Oh, they're going all Addams Family movies. I see
We
how
got the
they're
Batman the Animated Series. We got those.
doing. Yeah, Kevin Conroy is going to be there.
Yeah. We also have comic book artist, writer, Chris Claremont. He's
Yes.
going to be there.
One of the all-time greats in the business. He's the one that made the X-Men a household name.
Yep. The Phoenix Saga, which has been redone in 2 horrible movies.
Oh, yes, they haven't done it right in the movies, but
Maybe he should just do that. Maybe he should make the movies. I mean, it can't be worse, right?
it can't be worse.
I didn't think
Well,
so.
what they need to get is people who enjoy the stories for what they were to write these, not people trying to fit a formula.
No. Hey. We'll get to the DC story in a bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we get into it's the 45-day warning, aren't we?
Yeah, it's getting close.
45-day and counting.
CincinnatiComicExpo.com. Go to get your tickets. Also, Blake, Saturday night, you can join us at the Outer Rim Bash for an evening of games, music, and fun. Choose to live like Palpatine with a 3-course meal with the limited Emperor level package. A portion of the proceeds of the night go to support the Cincinnati Center for Autism. It's basically a geek prom, and it's Star Wars themed this year. So that should be a good old time.
Cool.
Let's see what else we got here. Just looking here. Icon tournaments will be there. We'll be running Super Smash Brothers Ultimate tournaments for the duration of the show and open play Mario Kart. So you can come play some video games there too.
So I can get my ass kicked in Mario Kart.
Yep, that is definitely it. Let's see what else. John Noble.
Yes.
Can
You get to talk about it now.
you ask him to eat a plate of cherry tomatoes for you?
I don't get that.
Jason doesn't even get the reference.
I will ask him many Fringe questions because my oldest son and I are going through those now.
Oh, you're going back rewatching Fringe?
Much to the dismay of my wife, because she came in last night and we were watching one that was about a serial killer killing prostitutes, and she's like, I don't think this is appropriate. And we're like, well, I'm fast forwarding the killing parts.
Not the prostituting parts.
Well, it's Fox. They're not showing much unless it's Rush Limbaugh. Anyways, but yeah, I was flipping through, but we're started going through them, and God, I love that series. So 95% of what I asked John Noble in the panel is going to be Fringe.
You're going to have everybody at that panel hate you.
And maybe a little bit of Legend, maybe. I think he was in Legend, so. But yeah, and the biggest name is going to be there. William Shatner.
Bill.
That's right.
You're going to ask him all TJ Hooker questions?
Oh, yeah, and Fall Guy. He wasn't in
He
Fall
wasn't
Guy.
even a fall.
Damn it! That was Lee Majors.
He was.
Damn it.
He was in Boston Legal. You can ask him those. He was in Shit My Dad Says. You can
Oh,
ask
yeah,
him
that's
all
right.
About that.
Could you imagine if someone did ask him that question?
So in Shit My Dad Says.
Episode 3, season 1, when you said how come, what did that mean? What? Get a life.
And we're only quoting questions that we've heard at the expo. I
Yes.
mean, that
Do you
new.
think Shatner gets questions asked like from that Saturday Night Live skit?
Oh, I think he does.
Like every time he goes in for a panel or something, do you think people always ask him about how many horses he owns?
Yes. And I think I just want him to go off on someone. That's all I want. That's all I want. Even if it's me. So when you were in Star Wars as the captain, did you get along with Chewie? I was in Star Trek. Yes. So when you killed Chewie and shot him into space, What did that feel like? Get out. No, we will be actually asking real questions.
Can you tell us the difference between warp drives and hyperspace?
How did you make the Kessel Run?
Can you explain what a parsec is?
No,
And what
no.
significance does it have to the Klingons?
Were they really the droids you were looking for? Did you shoot first or did Greedo? I never can understand that.
Aren't Romulans really space elves?
Be real.
Aren't Klingons really orcs?
Data's an ass, right? Did you ever clear his memory?
Can't believe you insulted Brett Spiner that way.
He is awesome.
Did anybody ever use Data as a sex bot?
Oh no.
Anyway, so what else we got going on? If it was he hacked?
Yeah.
Like they do now.
Yeah.
Which, obviously, for the person having sex with the sex bot is
Yeah.
not good. But it is hilarious that they're hacking the sex bots now.
Pretty scary.
It's scary, but funny.
Yeah, it is.
It's
I
very
agree. It's
funny.
funny. Unless it happens to you.
Well, I don't have a sex bot, so I think I'm okay. Jeff, how's your sex robot? Is it okay?
I just traded it in for an upgrade.
Oh, how is Pratt's, the robot?
He's getting his gut back.
Oh, so you had to trade it in. I gotcha.
No, I like the gut.
Oh, you like the gut. Sorry.
I like old, or well, I should say old. I mean,
Wow. Because with your Mr. Rogers sex bot you had.
ew. Don't ruin Mr. Rogers that
I'm
way.
just saying.
That sweater's pretty crunchy by now.
Ah.
Okay.
It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. Won't
Speaking
you
of-
be mine?
Speaking of crunchy sweaters, sweaty crunches.
Coming new from Nabisco.
Sweaty crunches.
They're part of your daily breakfast.
And you can find them in next month's
Hello, Jeff Box.
Only with 5 UPC symbol. Mail it in.
Save those box tops. Nobody knows what that is anymore.
That's how I got William the Refrigerator Perry G.I. Joe figure.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Hello, Jeff, this week is ramen noodles
Okay.
and Slim Jims.
I've never had one of those,
You've had Slim Jims. We had them here.
but not ramen noodles. I said one of them.
Oh, I thought you meant either.
Never had ramen noodles.
Because you've never been a poor living on your own.
No, I have. I just never.
When you were in college, you were living at mommy and daddy's. And
I was,
they were
thank you.
making you meals.
I was
all the
poor
time.
after that and since then. So SpaghettiOs is what I substituted it with.
That was last week's Hello
Yeah.
Jeff box. So
Did you get the hot dogs or the meatballs?
meatballs.
Oh yeah, always the meatball. That's right. My kids ate those in one day. Get 20% off with HobiePod. Go to hellojeff.com.
Watch the offer.
Is that the Godfather thing?
Yeah, that's
That
the
Brian's been
Godfather
talking
thing. Yeah. And so my question is that fictionalized based on true events or just true events that are being fictionalized?
about? Yes.
Their difference.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what the difference.
I mean, do they make some of this stuff up, or was it actually, based on, stories?
So
of
are you
the-
saying is it like Glow, the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling Netflix show? It was based on of a real show or a real thing, but they made it all up of the TV show.
Yeah,
Netflix is all made up.
kind of something similar
Yeah.
like that. And I mean, it was pretty good. I mean, I did really enjoy it. Of course, Miles Teller, main character in it. Giovanni Ribisi. You wouldn't recognize who he is because he plays was it the Columbo? I can't remember. Of the Italian American League and
yeah.
the big gangster guy.
Although the parts I saw, I thought his accent or his voice
And they kinda-
was terrible. It sounded
was
like
kinda-
a guy trying to do an impersonation of a guy.
I mean, you wouldn't recognize who he is. He's in New York. Yeah.
Me?
Yeah. What?
Well, it kind of reminded me of you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, he didn't start off going, I'm Roberto Colombo, and I lead the Italian American League.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't want me to make this movie? No, I want you to make this movie. Who are you? Wow, I'm Roberto Colombo.
Don't you know?
Don't you know?
I'm not Danny DeVito as the Penguin.
Say.
with rockets on their back.
I'm going to talk to Frank Sinatra for you. Yeah.
Hello.
But it was pretty good. But I did like best the guy who played Robert Evans. He was the executive producer at Paramount, the number 2 guy that was like, "Hey, baby, what you got?" He's the
That was Matthew Good.
Matthew Good. He was in the last season of Downtown Abbey.
I didn't watch Downton Abbey.
Yes.
I will say he was in the movie The Watchmen. He
was.
Ozymandias.
Great, correct. And I actually enjoyed his character an awful lot.
He was in one season of The Good Wife. I did watch that.
He was in one season of Downtown Abbey. He seems to be in one season of everything.
He's a one-season man.
He's a one season.
Maybe he has a bad attitude.
Well, it's a good thing The Offer was only one season
Well, there you go.
from beginning to end.
Blake, you'll be happy, I'm
Yeah.
all caught up on what we do in the shadows.
Wasn't it great? Okay, dressed like humans. And Laszlo is dressed like Guy Fieri with the flame shirt and hat. And he's like, "No, not that."
Oh my God.
I thought it was so hilarious. I lost my
Colin is creeping me
Yes.
out.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
They put the head on every child.
Yes, and I was talking about that.
Yeah.
It's not Colin. It's the thing that crawled out of the
thing that-
body of Colin.
The
Robinson.
creature that crawled out of Colin. Yes.
I like that he sings and dances at the
Robinson.
nightclub,
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
and that they just put him into every sports just to tire him out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
You could tell they probably had an awful lot of fun improvising and keeping good
Yeah.
lines in there with the interview with the the private school principal or principal and the guy. You could tell all the combos they went through of like stop, freeze, sleep. Or the trance. You could tell they probably just took the best
Oh,
of the
that's
lines.
a straight
they probably
improv
just did.
thing.
That's a straight improv,
Yeah.
and they probably just had a ball doing that stuff.
I love that. We've done this one already. Go back.
Yes. Yeah,
We've done
exactly.
this.
Hold on.
They were trying to get Colin
Yes.
into private school, and they were talking to the principal.
Interview, yeah.
The headmaster. And
Yeah.
they kept switching, like, making the guy forget who the parents were because they never figured that out.
Because they kept
they did-
screwing everything up because they don't know how to be humans and answer the questions like a mother and a father and a parent or whatever.
And Nandor with his cosmetic surgery.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah, exactly. They're like, "What are you doing with your eyebrows?"
I did watch the
I've done
episode.
nothing.
I did like the genie,
Yeah.
and he was asking for the bigger penis.
Yes.
And they had to go through contract negotiations.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want you to shrink everyone else's penis in the world.
I don't want to die from being stuck underneath my penis. But wait a minute. What about your balls? They have to be. They have to
Yeah.
be.
The balls have to be in a proportion.
They have to be in proportion to the penis.
And I just like the genie. It's a very smart thing that they're doing. It's just really fucking annoying.
Yeah. That's like,
Because I would have done that.
yes.
I did like his future wife is like, "Oh, we're going to the marketplace or whatever it's called,"
Yeah.
and he's like, looks at the genie, and she's like, "I don't want to go."
Yeah, the night market.
Yeah, night
Yeah,
market.
night market. That's great.
Oh, you think fairies are cute? They're fucking in the dumpster.
Yeah, they're great. He's trying to ruin all the fairy tales for Colin.
My favorite part
You know
is
what they
the
are?
gnomes,
The young
garden
Colin.
gnomes. They're
Yes.
statues until
Yeah.
you don't look at them, and they
They
run
run.
off.
And then you turn back and they're like, "Oop." That is pretty
That
good.
is a hilarious show. Loved it. Love it.
It is good.
I did watch the morning show
Okay.
through season 1. My wife and I are binge watching it. Problem with it, Steve Carell plays creepy Me Too guy that gets fired in that.
Yeah.
Every time he's talking, I keep thinking of Michael Scott. Like, I keep looking at him, and I'm like,
Yeah, I got past Michael Scott. It's like, okay, he's too creepy.
yeah. Have you watched?
I've seen bits and pieces. I haven't watched straight through.
My issue is that I'm not a Jennifer Aniston fan. When will she find love? I don't know. Maybe it's on her. But I have an issue, like, I don't like her as an actress, and I feel like she's not a good actress in it, or she's just playing herself in real life. Anyways, but I like everybody else. Like, it's very sports night mixed with the newsroom, mixed with like behind the scenes stuff.
So you think Jennifer is overrated?
I can't tell you about that until we get to the top 5 tonight.
Ooh, that's a tease.
What?
That's called a
That's gonna
tease,
be in
boys
your
and girls.
list, possibly.
454 episodes, we figured it out. But yeah, the morning show is very well done. I like any show that they go behind the behind the scenes of that.
So you want to know how the sausage is made?
Yes. So like that spontaneity you see on Good Morning America, it's not true. It's all scripted.
What? No.
Yeah.
No,
Michael Strahan.
Michael Strahan is the most spontaneous. Well, God.
Spontaneous?
Yeah, spontaneous person. I felt like Jason there.
Spontaneous. That's the Roman emperor after Gaius
He was
Maximus.
killed. He was killed by Lickish. But yeah, I don't think Michael. I think Michael Strahan's greatest joke is that he thinks he's an anchor. How is he an anchor on Good Morning America?
Because he pulls everyone down with him.
Maybe that's it.
Because he sacks people.
Ah. George Stephanopoulos, did you ever think that you would be working with Michael Strahan? Well,
I didn't even know they were together.
Yeah. Well, I did play football in high school. Oh, there you go, George. You did in high school? Junior high. What? Elementary school.
I got Bill Clinton elected.
That's right. I went from Clinton spokesperson to
Michael Strahan.
co-host with Michael Strahan.
So step up.
Yes. Anything's a step up from politics.
Strahan.
He's not bad, but it's just weird. It's weird.
He's a likable person.
Sure.
Although he screwed over Kelly.
Kelly who?
Ripa.
Why?
Because he left the...
Oh, he was on that show.
Yeah. Kelly and Michael. What the hell is the name of that show?
Now it's Kelly and Ryan, which is horrible.
I've never watched it since Ryan's been on.
So it comes on, and it's just like on in the background, and then I'm like 15 minutes into it, like, why the fuck is this on? So I switch it. But it is like the most condescending, rich, white assholes. Well, we went to this place in Italy that nobody knows about, and who did I see there? So-and-so rich and famous person.
Probably George Clooney.
Yeah,
because
probably.
everyone sees George Clooney and so-and-so.
And Ryan's like, I did not expect that. Like, I want to say hi, but, we're in a private area. I don't know if I want to talk. Shut the fuck up, you pieces of shit. Meanwhile,
Never watched daytime TV. Never.
It's like you got the most rich assholes, and then Kelly's like, we just went to Spain for 2 weeks. Shut the fuck up.
They're the richest and the most opinionated and clueless people to real life.
Yeah. God, fuck them.
That's right.
Of course, I was like, well, I guess it was better than the other pick that they had. Fred Savage was the finalist, too. That didn't work out well. Probably don't want him in there either.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Just watch bad acting on soap operas. It's probably more satisfying.
You got to get the Peacock Network if you do that now.
Yeah. Now, God, can you believe it?
Yeah.
Days of Our Lives going to Peacock.
Oh, my God.
It is
They're
leaving
doing anything they can to
broadcast.
try and get people to subscribe to Peacock, aren't they?
Peacock, we still have a service.
I don't know, they're the free to subscribe, but no one's subscribing.
It's like
That's like us giving magnets away at the expo. They're like, no, we're good. No, take that magnet.
No, please take the magnet. I don't need anything more for the refrigerator to hold up my kids' crayon drawings.
We do have some great magnets, though, that are awesome.
True.
And buttons coming next week. I think they'll be here 2 weeks. Stephen Izzy
That's right.
from Everything I Learned from Movies.
Everything I learned from
That's right.
movies.
From exotic Utah.
Yep. Untidy Venus. Go there. Use HobiePod, save 20%. That's a real code. And I don't know if I used that code. They gave it to us.
I think you used it in your direct communication
Yes.
with them,
Yes.
not in the leave it in this code box area.
Yes. So they are making us buttons and magnets. Nisi got some last year from Indiana. So if you do want one, reach out to us. I'll put some aside. We're taking them to the expo, but I'll put some aside. If any listeners want them, just let us know. Tweet us at Bad Ideas Podcast.
Dipped into the Salt Lake.
Yes. Yes.
Ooh, I can't guarantee that, but we'll say it anyway.
Sounds
Well,
good.
that's why they taste salty.
It's true.
You're eating your buttons?
I just lick
What?
them.
Oh, buttons. Okay.
Wow.
Thought the Mr. Rogers sex toy. Never mind. Whew. Having some issues there. Anyways, moving on. We did have a poll of the week this week at Bad Ideas.
Poll of the week.
The Prey movie is not Eat, Pray, Love, but Prey the
Oh, I was wondering. I was getting confused.
Predator. Is doing great things on Hulu, and people are loving it. So this week we had, what is the best Predator film? You can vote if you follow us at Bad Ideas Podcast. We had Predator, Predator 2, Predators, and Prey.
Hey, wait a minute. There's no Kevin Spacey films in this.
Ba-dum-bump.
There's an Ezra Miller, though. No. Get to that. Predators got 0%. I actually like Predators. Predator 2 got 11%. Ugh, I don't like that one. And winning 58% to 31%. Predator over Prey.
I voted for Prey.
You got to make it today. Prey. Just to make it today.
Which is the newest one?
Prey.
Isn't that with the actress from Yosemite? I mean Yellowstone. I keep calling Yellowstone Yosemite.
They are
doing
both
this.
National parks beginning with Y. So I
I've
can
been-
understand that.
I've been doing this constantly. Even at home, my wife yells at me. Oh, Yosemite. She's like, no, Yellowstone.
Coming to Peacock, Yosemite.
Yosemite.
When a ranger and his family are offered billions of dollars for their ranch in Yosemite,
You got to keep them water spouts under
in
control.
no way at all is this a ripoff of Yellowstone.
no, because he has
Because we're in Yosemite.
and he has 3 daughters and 1 son, not 3 sons and 1 daughter.
Lots
This
of
is in
blowholes.
California.
Coming to Peacock, please subscribe. Please, for the love of God,
It's free. There's a free
right.
level. Just subscribe.
The Office isn't on free level. We'll give it to you. Just do it.
Got to round up them springs.
And if you use the code HobiePod, you can get 20% off. You're free.
The best part is, who would have thought that HBO Max would fail before?
It's not failing yet.
No, next year it's going to be HBO Discovery.
Yes, which is probably going to help it.
Yes or no?
Help Discovery or help HBO?
Both.
Just yeah.
I think there are a lot of people who are getting Discovery that are now going to have HBO, and a lot of people who have HBO that will now.
Well, what's
have
on Discovery that people want to watch?
Chip and Joanne.
Yeah, there are all those type of shows from like HGTV, and
Property
Food
Brothers.
Network, and Discovery.
I thought that was on the
Animal
Magnolia
Planet, I think.
Network.
The Incest.
Well,
Brothers.
Magnolia Network is part of
Oh.
the Discovery Plus.
Sister Wives.
See.
90 Day Fiance.
Oh, I'll pass.
Great.
90 Day Fiance something else. 90 Day Fiance Honeymoon. It's the whole 90 Day Fiance universe is what they call it.
Or 90 day,
I didn't know there was more than one show. And
90 day American stalker dude on young Asian woman. And that's the one episode I watched. I'm like, dude, it's so freaky.
I'm more upset that there's no Thanos to wipe out half of the universe of 90 Day Fiance. Do it.
Well, what's scary is like they're taking like these American people and they're like going to like Southeast Asia, taking advantage of those people, or going to Eastern Europe and taking advantage of those people. I was like, yeah, I've seen it. I was like, no, I really can't get into that stuff, man.
Next week, Ezra Miller is actually going to be on 90 Day Fiance.
Well, he was starting a cult in Iceland.
Getting that. Hey, weren't
Teaser.
you in Iceland?
Yes, but not at the same time.
Did you see Ezra Miller?
No.
did you see the remnants of his cult?
I was there before he started it.
Oh, okay.
Blake laid the groundwork.
That's right.
Set up the.
I just laid the groundwork.
He trailblazed,
right.
left a path
Yes.
for Ezra to follow.
That's right. I mean, I left the Nexum cards everywhere, on tables for all the tourists.
He left copies of Smallville everywhere.
Yes. I planted tree apps. That's right.
Let's get into
Is that Mr. Rogers' sweater?
Oh, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Won't you be mine?
Could you be mine?
Please be mine.
Won't you be my neighbor?
Please subscribe to Peacock.
All right, you know what that noise is. Time for the bomb listener feedback, sponsored by Yosemite, where evil rancher Yogi the Bear,
Hey, Boo Boo.
with his ruthless sidekick Boo Boo,
I'll put a cap in that ass.
Hey, Ranger.
keep the
Smith.
park terrorized picnic.
A picnic basket.
It's a lovely day
That's
for
right.
a picnic. Hey, Boo Boo, go get them. With pleasure. Fuck you.
That's right. As they trick unsuspecting tourists into petting them before they get eaten.
You know what? I like Hanna-Barbera's new darker take on this.
It's kind of like the Fresh Prince Dark Take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how that show did. Carlton didn't dance.
Yeah. All right, so,
Dance. I don't sing.
but I know who does dance. I know who does sing. The guy we always start off with,
Number one fan.
Ape hands.
Can't give yourself a nickname.
Big D,
7.
formerly known as,
Dad.
or our favorite scab.
Rex.
right.
Connor. Ray Handle.
Hey, you're just now throwing out names.
I'm having a stroke. Don't mind me.
I mean, what are these like old interns you're remembering?
Oh, the intern. You know, he would have been promoted this week.
No, he wouldn't have been.
Well, he would have been, but he's not here.
He wouldn't have been promoted. Jim's suspended.
Oh, yeah.
Can't promote people during suspensions.
That's true.
But I do see this badge here for his promotion.
Oh, well.
It does say assistant producer on it.
Yeah. Oh, lost out to producer Doug.
Yeah.
What producer Doug say?
That's assistant to the producer. not
Assistant to the producer.
producer.
That's right.
Good call.
It says Doug Doogie says number one Bucky's expert and Disney extraordinaire. Says why haven't we seen Shang-Chi anywhere in the MCU since his film?
It's a good question.
Is a good question. Because since Shang-Chi, what's come out?
We had one answer was that he's still in the karaoke bar with Wong.
Ooh.
True.
I like that.
I'm just trying to think.
Maybe he's got a day job parking cars still.
That's true.
Well, he wasn't in
I
the
mean, he's
Doctor
still-
Strange too, was he?
No,
he
was
didn't
not
have
in
one of that.
Doctor
No.
Strange,
Wong
which is
was.
where I would have expected him to show up. He wasn't in. Well, nobody else was in Eternals.
Thank God. Wong is in She-Hulk.
Eternals is much better than people give it credit for.
Sure.
Wong
is in She-Hulk. That's coming out soon.
Was he a plaintiff or
Was
defendant?
Shang-Chi in She-Hulk?
Defendant. Huh?
But is Shang-Chi?
I don't
in
think so. I would love to see more Shang-Chi. Let's do it. Bring it. The sequel is coming.
Oh, yeah. But
Don't know when.
But is he going to be in anything other than Shang-Chi?
He's
movies?
got to be, right?
You would think. I guess he'll probably pop up in what's the
Avengers
the
film?
Avengers movie where they go to
Secret Wars.
Secret Wars. Thank you.
Yeah, but that's not until 2025.
Yeah, but that's what'll pop up.
Yeah. You would think he's got to be somewhere else. I don't know. That is a good question, though. He hasn't been around.
Will he show up in Loki season 2?
I'll take that. Be like a time.
What if season 2?
Ooh, and season 3. We're watching that now.
What if?
Yeah, it's not bad.
No, it isn't bad. It doesn't hook you in though. That's the...
No, I did like the Black Panther when he was Star-Lord. I like the Thanos part that he kept trying to justify taking out. Nah, that doesn't sound good. No, you're not hearing me out here. When I take out half the population, that sounds like genocide. It's not genocide. He keeps asking people. It's enjoyable for a half-hour show. I have no problem with it. So, what else we got?
Next, we got Roger at Roger 3945. Roger. Said, what celebrity are you surprised that is still alive?
Well, I mean, the obvious answer is Keith Richards, right?
Courtney Love.
Oh.
Mick Jagger.
Keith Richards, yes, definitely.
Yeah. I'm going with Courtney Love. I'm shocked he hasn't had an overdose. Tupac.
He's not still alive.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. He was in concert a couple years ago.
That was a hologram.
Oh. Elvis.
Well, it used to be Betty White.
Betty.
Although, no, now that we're talking about celebrities dying,
Yep.
we didn't. Olivia Newton-John.
Yes.
Sandy.
Big breath of silence.
And also TJ.
TC.
Not TJ.
TC from Magnum PI.
Roger Mosley.
Yep.
Breath of Silence. Mm-hmm. Yep. John Travolta's still alive, but not Olivia Newton-John.
Yeah, it's a surprise John Travolta's still
You know, I
alive.
was
wouldn't put
surprised-
him in that list.
Surprised they said Olivia Newton-John had been battling cancer for like 50 years or something.
I didn't even realize that. Like,
That's a long time. Like,
or if I did, I forgot about it. Like, man.
yeah.
That guy came out of nowhere, though. That she just passed away. Like,
Yeah,
'cause
it's like,
you're not.
she was, battling cancer, and she was, but it wasn't splashed in the news or
Correct.
anything. Although, sometimes you'd think that people need to be a little more tactful.
Uh-oh.
Like, well, no, just like the headlines. Instead of saying, something like, "Oh, Olivia Newton-John passes away after blah," Olivia Newton-John dead at 73.
Olivia Newton-John no longer physical.
No longer magic.
Oh, Jason. Boo.
That's right. Ooh.
See myself out now.
No kidding. I mean, Olivia Newton-John to a prepubescent,
Kind of bad about that one.
prepubescent Blake. Man, I had a crush on her, man.
Who didn't have a
Especially when she went bad girl at the
Me,
end.
because I wasn't born yet.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but anybody who was born, or at
Greece.
least
Yeah.
who could remember that being alive at the time when Grease came out.
I mean, those leather pants, killer, man.
Did that
Tell me
make you
about
into
it.
a man?
Stud.
Did that turn you from a boy to a man, or Phoebe Cates?
Phoebe Cates made me realize that there are parts of my body that would begin sensating and pulsing.
Your fingers.
I didn't know quite. I knew I was attracted to Olivia Newton-John in black leather pants, but I didn't know what to
To do.
do with myself. At the
Gotcha.
time.
Gotcha. Buy a sex doll.
Just hang out with Olivia Newton-John in the Shake Shack.
That's right.
They still make those restaurants.
It wasn't a restaurant. It was
Oh.
in Greece. If you ever watch Greece,
I have, but it's
in
been
the
a long time.
carnival thing.
Yeah.
The while they were singing, you're the one that I want. There was a little thing called the Shake Shack, and it was like a little shack that just shook back and forth. So,
Oh.
so it got her hips moving pretty well.
Shaking.
I think the restaurant stole their name from Greece.
Go
Could
Grease
be,
Lightning.
yeah.
Go Grease Lightning. Go.
I hate that song.
No, sorry.
That's okay.
Go ahead. What else?
Next one from Nisi at Nisi72. If you could invent one Oreo flavor combination, what would it be?
Sour Patch.
Wow. Oh.
Really?
Sour Patch could be good. I like Sour Patch.
No, you do remember.
But it's got to have a cream center.
Yeah.
You do remember
Red
the
cream.
the Oreo Swedish Fish Oreo.
Yes, that's ingrained in my head. That was pretty awful.
I kind of liked it, but I didn't think you did.
No, I did not.
But if you're not going to like the Swedish Fish, what makes you think you'll like a
sour,
Okay.
I feel like that could work.
How about sour cream flavored Oreos?
Oh,
Ew.
Yeah. Last week.
Yeah, with the potato flavored cookie part with
yeah.
the sour cream center.
Last week, it was at trivia night, and I decided, I want to get dessert. So they got this little bundt cake thing at the place or whatever. So I ordered that. But instead of whipped cream, they had sour cream on it.
how was that?
Not good.
No.
Considering I don't like sour cream
Correct.
anyway.
Yeah.
On a bundt cake?
On a bundt cake.
Do you think somebody was just fucking with you?
I think the person in the kitchen didn't realize what he grabbed. I don't know. Or he might have been fucking with me. So see what this guy.
Oreo's drunk.
He's like, damn it, we're getting ready to close, and he's ordering a fucking dessert. I'll show him. But
Take this.
I took one bite, and I'm like, that's sour cream.
Not
you send
whipped
it back?
cream?
Yes.
And they give you whipped cream?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Well.
that's what he thought he got.
With spit and everything else. Fucker, haven't you watched Waiting?
Hey, I trust the waitress. We've been loyal customers on trivia night there for like 7 years. I trust the waitress knows that if she hated us, we would have found out long before now.
It was bundt cake, but it was actually whipped cream, but it turned into sour cream because it's been sitting in that case for 6 years. Oh my God, somebody ordered it?
Somebody ordered it.
Son of a
It's
bitch.
a really damn good dessert, so I order it on occasion.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so it wasn't like it's the first time it was ordered because.
Well, what would be your combination then? For an Oreo.
Let's see, my.
Well, it's not bundt cake and sour cream.
I want to see that. I want to see
There
that.
would definitely have to be peanut butter, and I'm thinking let's go the cookie being peanut butter.
What's in the middle?
Like a Nutter Butter.
But we can either put chocolate in the middle and go for the chocolate peanut
Okay.
butter. Mm-hmm. We can put some sort of jelly flavor cream,
Like a PB&J
but like
Oreo.
a PB&J Oreo.
Okay.
Or possibly a banana flavor cream for a fluffernutter
Interesting.
flavor.
That's
I
interesting.
think I'll lean in towards fluffernutter
That's
because
a different one.
they do already have the chocolate peanut butter pie, which is my favorite right now. So it doesn't need to be chocolate. So I'll lean into Fluffernutter.
Okay. Blake?
I don't know. A lot of the flavors that I would immediately think of would be like dark chocolate or a Nutella or something. They've already done it, or tiramisu. Well, they did it, So
How about peanut butter in the middle, but with like chocolate chips, little chocolate chips in the peanut butter?
And there's a regular cookie?
Yeah.
Or...
encased in an M&M shell.
Ooh, an entire cookie. In
Trademark it. Trademark it.
There you go.
Trademark.
Thank you. God, thank you. God, gotta get quicker at those people. I like that call. I like that. Hope that answered your question, Nisi.
There you go.
Although I just realized I'm talking Fluffernutter, and I think that's marshmallow fluff, not banana.
Do banana.
It sounded good to me.
But
Yeah,
a
I know what you're
banana
talking about.
marshmallow combination.
A butter fluffer nutter?
Butter Fluffernutter.
Trademarked. Thank you.
Damn, I'm hot.
Yeah. Just as your sex spot.
I don't know why it's butter, because it was banana.
I think it's banana and nutter, and I just combined them. Butter.
That's just not. Never mind. Never mind. Keep going. Stay on target.
Stay on target. Speaking of staying on target, from Brian Auer.
Oh.
That Bauer Fett. He says, regarding episode 453, a great episode, and thank you, Brian, for using the dad joke I sent
It
in.
was a good one.
Overall, great job, and keep up the great work. Regarding Forged in Fire, while I like Doug Marcella,
Markida.
I really like the pleasure
Jay.
Jay gets from destroying someone's creation. It's the equivalent of the Saturday Night Live cast judging Brigger's impersonations during a Liars Club comedy roast.
I feel insulted.
Oh, you should.
I was going to do an impression, but I don't know which one to do right now. I have so many. Damn it.
One that
Michael Caine.
Why don't you do that Doug Marketa?
I'm Doug Marketa. Here's some fire. Yeah, I forged it. Yeah.
Wow. You have.
Hey, I'm Jay. Screw you. That looks like shit. I'm Jay. Forged in Fire. Watch on Peacock.
Not even close. I mean, Doug Markita is the one that says it will kill.
It would kill. It kill.
Okay, now you're doing Jay saying it because that was your Jay. Your Doug Markita.
It will kill. Watch it on Peacock. You know how I told you I would kill you last?
It would be nice if he actually knew what these people sounded like.
Yeah.
It would be.
You know how Hey Jay, you know how I told you I would kill you
Yeah,
last?
I'm not even going
Yeah, you did.
I lied.
So in your mind,
You
Doug
know,
Markita sounds like Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
And
Jay.
Nielsen sounds like the
Squirrely guy.
Sully. Was that
Sully.
his
It
name?
was Sully, yeah.
I think Forge and Fire would be more interesting that, once somebody got eliminated, they got whacked with their own blade.
I agree.
Or stabbed.
I agree. You don't have to get killed.
Usually
Yeah.
the people getting eliminated failed in making a good blade, so they probably wouldn't die
Well, that's why you have, medical services there on site.
to kill them.
Yeah.
And after, some of them, it's like we would just bludgeon you because your knife was so dull.
I know.
This one's a spoon. Why a spoon?
Because I knew you were going to try and kill me.
It will hurt me, you idiot.
What's scary is, they really like whacking pig corpses with that stuff, man. Slicing through stuff and bones and everything.
Next on Peacock, whacking pig corpses. Come for Saved by the Bell. Stay for the whacking pig corpses.
Oh, we canceled Saved by the Bell.
Come for The Office because we have nothing
Yeah.
else. Stay for whacking pig carcasses
There you go.
with Mario Lopez as the host.
I thought you were going to say with Mario Lopez as a pig carcass.
I signed a 55-year deal. Damn it. Peacock said they would be around forever.
Well, they're no CNN Plus.
Oh, now on Roku. as just CNN.
I would like to see, if you don't want full Peacock Plus, I'd see a lesser station where it's free. It's like Peacock Minus.
Or NBC.
NBC. Yeah. or just NBC.
After whacking pig carcasses, stay for the America's Dad, Bill Cosby. The Cosby Show's on. Anyways, moving on.
Last good show on NBC.
Cheers. The Office. Good.
Good Place.
Yeah. I know you like that.
Anything since The Good Place left any good on NBC?
They have Chicago Hope.
I think that's CBS.
No, that's Chicago Hope. Chicago.
Or Chicago Med. I knew what you meant.
Yeah, some firefighter, police, lawyer, drama thing.
Maybe that's ABC.
I'll find out.
I'll put it this way. I always get CBS and ABC confused because somewhere when I was away at school, locally they switched.
Yes.
So now I never remember if 9 is ABC or 12 is CBS or which way. So I never remember.
Wrap this up and I'll get to the answer for you.
Let's wrap it up. From Professor Number 1 at DR Number 1. Says, how about renaming the Bengals Stadium the Dana Gardens Field at the History of Bad Ideas podcast stadium, brought to you by nerdly.co.uk.
I like it.
I would love it. Unfortunately, we're too late.
Yeah, I got changed to Paycor Stadium.
They released it today.
Yep. I don't care.
But there's no Paul Brown in the site or in the name or anything like
I
that?
don't think so. Not as far, unless they didn't mention that they were going to like Paul Brown Field at Paycor Stadium.
It's now called Paycor Stadium at Mike Brown Field.
Ah.
I like the Dana Gardens Field better.
I do too.
Yeah.
Jeff, give me some News Geek music.
Once upon a time, you wanted to know what was happening. So now we present the news of the geek.
Happy Dolly Parton Day in Ohio.
Yeah, I just made that up on my own.
It's a
As
very
you can
nice song.
tell. Really?
It's a
You
nice
think
song.
so? I think it's pretty terrible.
Yeah,
But
I have no taste. It's Happy Dolly Parton Day because our governor made it Dolly Parton Day today.
did he?
Yeah.
Well, I wish
Cool.
I would have known that before like 9 o'clock.
Pour yourself a cup of coffee.
Cup of ambition.
Whatever.
Cup of ambition.
Cup of coffee. To answer.
Well, I guess I'm celebrating Dolly Parton Wednesday tomorrow, full force.
Yep, we'll be in the break room. Yeah, so on NBC, you were talking shows. This is this year. Oh, La Brea. Oh,
I didn't know that was still on.
they
Show
didn't
about
either.
tar pits?
Pretty much. It's
The
awful.
other day I saw a commercial for the new season of La Brea. I went, they didn't cancel that piece
They
of shit?
should have.
With all the other crap that's on.
Young Rock, Blacklist, Chicago PD. Chicago PD is on that show.
Oh,
New
Chicago is
Amsterdam.
on- Okay.
Thing
Chicago
about
is on NBC.
This
I
Is
saw-
Us. This Is Us was good.
Yeah, okay. That was good, but it's no longer. Okay.
Law and Order, Organized Crime.
Oh, the Law and Orders are.
Mr. Mayor.
I wanted that to be good, but it failed.
It was good parts, but it was
had
not over.
potential.
Yeah.
But it had about as much as potential as Carol's second act.
American Auto, I like.
That's still on?
Yeah, they came back for a second season. No, they're coming back.
Okay.
That got really good once it got 4 or 5 episodes into it. Once they started finding their
Yeah,
footing.
once you figure out the characters and whatnot.
The great one-season show, Ordinary Joe.
Yeah.
American Song Contest. America's Got Talent Extreme. Dancing with Myself.
Oh, God.
So, yeah.
So they've got a show about masturbating?
Yes.
Okay. Way to go, NBC.
Blister in the Sun is the theme song to it.
Jesus.
So, yeah.
Crunchy sweater.
Mr. Rogers in the neighborhood. Anyways, let's see here. I think I have 2 of the same stories here.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, we didn't.
Let's read the story.
Per
twice.
comic-
You had 3 stories.
Yeah, percomicbookmovie.com, where Jeff gets all of his news from. Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav shared his excitement to release The Flash in theaters next year. He may now want to rethink that. No, he won't. That as yet another round of serious allegations have been made against the non-binary actor. The last we heard, Miller,
Ezra Miller.
yes, was alleged to be hiding out on a farm in Vermont with a mother and her 3 children, a lot of guns, and a whole hell of a lot of weed. Business Insider, where Blake gets his news from, has now shared more details, direct from Miller's longtime music collaborator. Wait, what? He's a musician?
He tries to be.
Oh, I like this guy's name. Oliver Ignatius.
It's a good name.
That is a good music name.
Solid name.
If I'm going to be a music collaborator, I'm taking that name. He claims to have observed inappropriate relations between Miller and Miner. We're not going to say the Miner's name.
Okay.
Saying he saw the actor sloppily kissing her. The Miner denies that and various other claims of persistent verbal abuse she said to have suffered. A number of women have also spoken out saying Miller was running a cult while in Iceland. What? Quote, nobody was ever kind of allowed to disagree with them, one young woman said. Quote, their reality painted everybody else's reality. There was no room for anybody else's opinions or feelings. So he's an actor?
So, welcome to the cult?
Yeah. The site adds that another woman compared conditions in their house to a commune, adding that those staying there were enamored by Miller, despite his frequent emotional outbursts.
Wait a minute.
But
you're saying that in a cult, the conditions were that of a commune?
No. It's claimed that Miller told one woman that she would now be staying in their room before proceeding to spend the next 6 days abusing her. Quote, Ezra basically said, my room is your room. This is now where you're going to stay. Jesus. At one moment, they would look me in the eye and be like, I love you, and be this really nice, beautiful person. Next, they would tell me that I was fucking disgusting. There's a lot of psychological abuse. Well, it is a cult. This hostile demon just took over. It's reported the actor also became fixated on her breeding capabilities. Another woman accuses Miller of trying to groom her 11-year-old child with various other allegations, including that they tried to get the mother to drink their blood. They also said to be paranoid about being followed by the FBI. That's not paranoia. Or
That's true.
Or the KKK, and frequently travel with a bulletproof vest and guns. Needless to say, Warner Brothers' decision to release The Flash next June is becoming increasingly ill-advised, and it's hard to imagine any comic book fan wanting to see Miller play The Flash after reading a report. But we're not going to show Batgirl, because that could be really bad for the DC universe.
You want to know the exact reasons why they would show Flash and not Batgirl?
Why?
Because the Flash is done. It is a complete product, just ready to go out.
Batgirl's almost too.
Not according to the director. He said there was a lot still that they needed to do, which meant a lot of money.
I thought you meant directors because they got the directors from Bad Boys 3.
4.
I mean, that could be something to deal with why the Batgirl movie's not that good.
For life.
They still,
it is 3, yeah.
Said they still had a lot to go to produce. So things about it being ready to go.
I think Flash,
not.
they want to push it out because it resets the whole universe.
Yeah, I understand why they want to. I'm just hoping that maybe they think there's a way of editing out Ezra Miller with somebody else.
Put Colin's head on it.
Yes. Colin Robinson
There you go.
is now going to be Ezra Miller, or the Flash.
He's a better musician than
There you
Ezra Miller.
Exactly.
Fuck that person. Per comicbookmovie.com, where Jeff gets all of his news from, during last week's Q2 investor call, Q&A, Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav
Didn't you just use his name in the last story?
was asked about...
He's in a lot of stories.
Yes.
He's on all news stories.
Was asked about the backlash stemming from the studio's decision to completely scrap Batgirl movie. He did remain steadfast in his commitment to the theatrical model. Quote, our ambition is to bring Warner's back and produce great high-quality films. Why start now? He said, we can build long-term sustainable growth business out of DC. We're not releasing a film before it's ready. The focus is to make these films as good as possible. Now, I will say this. So, Batgirl is $90 million. That's a lot for a direct-to-streaming service film. Yeah. I understand that. Like, I don't have an issue, because I guess the directive now is straight-to-streaming movies have to be $30 million or less.
So what you're saying is they believe the movie is so bad they'd rather take the $90 million loss and write off.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that they can't do it or try it again.
Yeah, but I think you're going to
That's the question. I'm like, if $90 million is what the final budget's going to be, or they feel they're running over budget, so you might as well stop it now.
They get a tax credit.
Don't throw good money after bad, or if they cut now, they can recoup some of that $90 million. That I don't know.
He said, "We have seen the Flash, Black Adam, and Shazam." Two. We are very. You saw the first one. We're going to re-release it.
Shazam.
It worked for Morbius. We're excited about them. We've seen them. We think they're terrific. We think we can make them even better. That Ezra Miller guy, he's awesome. Added that part. They announced.
Really, you added that?
Yeah, they announced a new 10-year plan for the DC universe, making it very clear that what Kevin Feige and company have managed to achieve with Marvel Cinematic Universe will be a big influence. Hey, Blake.
Feige.
David Zaslav here.
Yeah.
You know that Marvel show? Those guys at Marvel?
Meaning one of the Flying Torch Boy?
Yeah, I just saw Iron Man. That's a good film. It's
great.
You think they're going to be able to keep it up?
Yeah, let's come out of their own. We'll call it Steel Boy.
Good call.
Yeah.
They
It's a nuclear reactor for a heart.
But we people at Warner Brothers are not sure that we want the Ezra Miller in our film.
He's fine. This will all blow over. It's blown over. Show me last time that a cult was a bad thing. Anyways, I'll be honest. Do you think the Marvel... you think we should follow that formula?
Yeah, start out with 4 astronauts going to space.
Okay.
And they enter a meteor shower.
Okay.
A radiation.
Uh-huh.
And they come back superheroes.
Okay. Could
Yeah.
one be stretchy?
Yeah.
Stretchy guy.
And we'll be like The Rock. We'll get The Rock to play The Rock.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
right.
That's good casting. Make it happen.
Yeah.
And you are putting in Torch Boy, right?
Torch Boy's in.
Yeah, Torch Boy. Yeah, he flies too.
We don't like women and superheroes. Can you make her invisible?
Translucent girl.
Good call. Let's do this.
I like it.
When was the last time there was a good female lead? Sir, you have Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman? What? Can't she do some exercise shows?
Can we make her Mistress Doom?
I put her on Peacock.
So the woman
Put her in high heels and call her
superhero,
Mistress
we
Doom.
don't even have to
With a whip.
cast.
Yeah.
Because she can't be seen. So we just have things float and say the woman is carrying them.
Oh, that's a good call. That's a good
I like
call.
it.
That's why you make $1 billion a year. Good man. I don't know why they said that we suck. I mean, and I was seeing that Batgirl is coming out. There's going to be no women's shows on my watch. No way. No way.
I like it. They had a bad guy. He was silver and he surfed. Let's get a skateboarder. And
Is Tony
he'll be
Hawk
gold.
available?
Tony Hawk. He'll be the Golden Hawk.
I like it.
Golden Hawk.
Golden Hawk.
Yeah.
Can we put him
With his bronze skateboard.
Gold. It's got to be gold. Marvel's got silver. We got to go gold.
Platinum.
Platinum.
Oh, how about vibranium? We could make up a whole new metal.
I don't think we have the rights to vibranium.
What are you talking about? I just made it up.
We can use unobtainium.
Oh, unobtainium. Yeah, I love it.
Could Golden Hawk or Vibranium Hawk or Odemtot or Obsidian Hawk, can he have a hawk? Can we get a real hawk?
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, we'll replace his head with a real hawk.
Whoa.
But we can have him do all the skateboarding.
Wait. We will replace his head with the head of a hawk or with an entire hawk?
Yes, I love that Fancy Creek movie with that owl. And it gave me an idea. I said, why don't I make that a hawk?
But so the head will have wings? Or
Yeah.
Wow.
It'll make funny whirring noises. It'll be comedic.
I like it. So are we replacing his head with a hawk like in real life? And then putting him in there for the movie, or just CGI? Because CGI is expensive.
Yeah, we'll get the CGI guys from what we did in the shadows.
Okay.
Because I love the Colin head thing. We can do a Colin head on Tony Hawk.
We could make
with the owl, and he's platinum.
You know what?
And he skateboards.
Let's make a movie called Colin Heads, and there are 3 Colin people with Colin's heads. They're from France, and I think we can do it.
We have to buy FX first, so we can own the rights.
Well, I just bought Peacock for $12. When did J.K. Simmons become in charge of Warner Brothers?
Did you lever the equity at NBC?
I canceled everything except The Office.
You canceled everything.
Let's get that electric car guy from Tesla. He's got plenty of money. He's not going to buy Twitter now. He can use his money
and replace his head with another hawk.
I did keep that pig show that you
or a
liked.
rabbit.
Rabbit.
I got this great idea. It's called Yosemite.
It's about a ranch.
It's about a ranch. In Yellow Springs, Stone.
Yosemite doesn't even take place in Yosemite?
Boo Boo's a badass. He wears a cowboy hat and kills people.
I don't think we have the rights to that. Make it happen. Instead of Boo Boo, how about Hoo Hoo? We got Hoo Hoo.
We got hoo.
So the lead character in Yosemite is his name Sam.
I am.
No, it's Yogi. Get with the program.
We don't have rights to Yogi. It's Ogie.
Ogie.
Ogiye and Ubu Bay.
What the fuck are we doing?
I have no idea. I'm just going yes and, yes and, yes and. And look
We
where
are
we showed up.
amusing
Look where we ended up.
ourselves.
And pause.
Scene.
Scene.
Oh, is there another story?
Do we have time for another story?
Tomb Raider got their rights taken away. I'm sorry, MGM lost their rights to Tomb Raider.
Stasha Kirby, if you're still listening, thank you.
How could a major studio let this happen? The studio failed to start production on the sequel in time, prompting a bidding war among studios to look for a reboot. Another one. Amazon recently acquired MGM and could do a lot with Tomb Raider, but The Wrap, where Jason gets all his news from, via actionnews.com, where Jim gets his news from, has more details. Sounds like the larger production budget needed for writer and director Misha Green's planned take on Lara Croft proved particularly
Lara,
prevalent.
did you say Lara Croft?
I don't know.
That's how her name is.
There's also disagreements between the filmmaker and the star Alicia Viking. This caused delays, and somehow MGM ended up missing the May 1st start date. Whoops.
All you have to do is start filming. It doesn't even have to be good or any. Yeah, just say, yep, here we go.
The best is MGM asked game developer Square Enix for more time. Their patience ran out. I'm sorry. We would give you more time, but Netflix is going to offer us a lot more money. Interestingly, it sounds like Ben Wheatley's vision for Tomb Raider was a lot more of a traditional action film, though it's unclear why that version never came to fruition. What? Anyways, the trade reiterates previous reports that Viking won't reprise the role, but notes that Netflix, Warner Brothers, we have Tomb Raider,
Warner Brothers,
and Amazon are among the parties now interested in acquiring those film rights. With that in mind, Tomb Raider franchise could be destined for streaming. It could be a movie, but there's no denying that her story could also work well on television. There's currently an animated series in the works for Netflix. So I guess they have the animated rights, but not the live action rights. So there you go.
And there we go.
We're doing box office news, or just going straight to top 5?
We'll do box office news.
Okay, do it quick.
You're going to do plot lines next week?
Yeah, same
Again.
plot lines we've had on here for a month and a half.
Yep, next week.
But box office news from August 5th through August 7th of 2022. Number one movie, Bullet Train, $30 million. In its opening weekend,
Yeah,
$85 million budget.
they are not happy with that. They're expecting 35 to 40.
So they're $5 million short.
Yep.
The DC League of Super Pets made another $11 million. Total of $45 million on a $90 million budget.
They're not happy with that either.
No.
No.
Nope. Made another $8.5 million, a total of $98 million on a $68 million budget.
They're happy with that.
Oh, I'll say yeah.
Thor, Love and Thunder made another $7.6 million, a total of $316 million on a $250 million budget.
Go and make some good money.
Go Thor.
That is on Disney Plus this week.
It's already on Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have to go to the theater?
Yep. I told my son the same
Cool.
thing. Hey.
I was just thinking, I kind of want to see Thor again, but I suppose it'll be a month or so before it's
I'll
streaming.
double check, but yeah, I think it's this week.
But no, that'd be great because, I can watch it again. So I can just watch the parts that I want to see and fast forward through the rest.
Yeah.
And coming in at number 5, Minions: The Rise of Gru made another $7 million, a total of $335 million on an $80 million budget. So Minions, the winner of the summer. I'm calling it now. Nothing was better.
Sorry. I apologize. It's in 2 weeks. Thor is coming.
2 weeks still.
August 24th is what they're saying.
Sooner than I thought. So cool. Cool.
My kids and my wife did watch Lightyear. That was on Disney Plus.
The Buzz Lightyear one?
Yeah. They said that my wife's like, my 6-year-old liked it and then kind of lost interest at the end. My daughter really loved it, and my wife said that it's tough. Like, it was a good film, or it was decent. Like, it was fun. It was good to watch. It was fine. There was some humorous parts to it, but she's like, I think it failed because it's not a Toy Story show, and because they tell you in the beginning that this is the film Andy saw that got him to watch Buzz Lightyear, which is fine.
Pretty much, that's, I think, part of the reason why they didn't have Tim Allen do the voice, because they wanted you to, get out of this is Toy Story. This is,
But I think she said that I think people are having trouble disassociating that, and because of that,
people are stupid.
Because of that, people are like, "This isn't Toy Story," and so she's like, "It isn't.
It's not. It never.
It's a little bit darker. It's but she said it was fine. So, did you do upcoming?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
Upcoming August 12th, we have Mac and Rita. I have no clue what it's about.
Okay.
It's about the story of creating the macaroni and cheese.
Hey,
Craft.
Mac and Rita. Hi.
That's right.
And then we also have, this is interesting, a movie called Summering and a movie called Fall.
I don't know what they're about.
And neither do I.
No idea.
And that's Jim's job. Yep. When he's not here, it's Brian's job.
Yeah. It's followed by Winterized.
Oh.
Can
we make a film called Springing?
Yes.
Good. Make it so.
It'll be about the springtime, and everything will spring.
It has to have a slinky.
And it will go downstairs alone or in pairs.
Yes. The story of a slinky adopted by a lonely girl.
Did we just make a Slinky film?
Trademark. Slinky, the film. Hey, they're apparently making a live-action Pac-Man movie.
Oh, God.
So anything we come up with.
Blake, did you break the microphone?
I'm waiting for the live-action Etch-a-Sketch movie.
Oh, it changes every 10 seconds.
Yeah,
right?
like get a half hour into the movie, and all of a sudden the whole screen starts shaking, and you're now in a different movie.
Oh, it's like a DC film.
It's like time travel.
Yeah, Kitty Pryde. Anyways, moving on. Top
right
5
on.
this week. Top 5.
Dun, 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 dun. Top 5.
Top 5 most overrated actors, actresses in Hollywood. Hollywood.
Oh, they had to be in Hollywood?
No,
Mine were
they could be in
all,
Bollywood.
mine were all on the stage.
That's fine.
They weren't.
Oh,
but-
okay. I'll go first. My number 5. She hasn't been in much, but what she has been in, it's been awful. Beyonce. I don't get the love for her.
Hold on. I agree with you.
Yes.
She was the worst part of the Austin Powers movie.
Yes.
Other than the storyline.
Yes.
But no acting ability whatsoever.
No.
But she's
not
not an
rated.
actress, though. She's really
That's
a
how
performer.
she's my number 5.
And
She's a
not really-
musical performer.
She was in The Lion King. The live
Oh,
action.
she did. No, it's not live action. It's differently
That's
animated.
voice
She was in
action.
Dreamgirls. She was in Obsessed.
Uh,
So she did. But I don't. Do
Cadillac
people,
Records. Oh, she was in the Pink Panther, the remake.
oh, God. Do people, though, really give her credit for being a good actress? They like her because
They
they
do
like
because
her
of
music.
Dreamgirls. They do
But I mean,
because of
Jennifer
Dreamgirls.
Hudson's the one that won the Academy Award for it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they give it to her because of Dreamgirls.
no.
And I can't stand her in Austin Powers. That's the biggest thing.
Oh, it was atrocious.
I actually thought she was okay in Austin
Oh.
Powers because it was stupid, silly, and over the top.
I just thought the whole movie was bad.
If she could act, it might have been halfway decent.
But
Yeah.
she was Foxy Cleopatra.
I like the name.
the name was great.
And she did a good job when she. I love the scene when Nathan Lane is sitting there and they're talking through Nathan Lane. It's
I don't remember
hilarious.
that. Still awful.
Like she couldn't be seen talking to him, so she's sitting with her back. So she's talking. Nathan Lane is mouthing her words.
Oh.
as he's talking. It's funny.
Hey, it was number 5, Jeff.
It's funny because I had to explain it.
That makes it better.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Number 5 for me, very highly thought of actor, who I just think is okay. Mm-hmm. And that's Leonardo DiCaprio.
I can see that. I can see that. I think
He's probably better than average,
He's
but I don't
got
think he's one of the greats that people say. he
I
is.
think he's got a lot more range and gets credit for a lot of good acting. I mean, he could play different characters.
Well, see, the problem is every time I see him in a movie, it feels like I'm watching Leonardo DiCaprio act. Not
no, my goodness, no. I just saw The Departed 2 weeks ago,
and it felt
and
like
I rem-
Leonardo DiCaprio acted.
No,
in
it
Departed.
reminded me of how good the movie was, and
in spite of Leonardo DiCaprio's
no,
acting.
it's because of
he's not
Leonardo DiCaprio.
He's not a bad actor, but I mean, it's still every role he plays. To me, it feels like this is a person acting through it.
When the bear was a better actor in The
No, I didn't
Revenant.
see that movie, so I can't judge.
The Bear.
I can't judge that.
The Bear got the Oscar for that.
That's right.
I mean, one of my all-time favorite movies,
The Revenant,
Inception,
Yeah.
is a Leonardo DiCaprio movie,
Yes.
but I love it kind of despite the fact that Leonardo DiCaprio's acting is just
Christopher Nolan film.
All right.
Just
And it's a Nolan film.
no, I love the film. I just
He
don't-
can act. Well, you know what? This is your list. You're
is
allowed to
my
pick who
list.
you want.
What's your number
That's right.
5, Blake?
See, now I had a hard time because I did, like, for example, have Beyonce on my list and a couple other people. Then I had to stop because they really weren't trained actors.
Okay.
They're either like comedians that are acting in movies, or music performers acting in movies. And so I had to remove some people from the lists because of that.
Okay.
And I had a hard time actually, with my criteria. But Leonardo DiCaprio, I like Leonardo. But I understand because then you may feel the same way about my number 5 because, in all honesty, he is now playing the same person over and over again, just in different genres. And it's Samuel L. Jackson,
Oh, that's a good one.
and he just curses a lot.
Yep.
He's like, "You motherfucker!" Everybody's like, "Oh my god, it's so great."
Like
But he did not do that in Star Wars, which is why Star Wars felt weak for a Sam Jackson character because he couldn't be Sam Jackson.
That's right, because he couldn't be Samuel L. Jackson.
Exactly. No, I won't disagree with that. But
what's your number 4?
My number 4, we talked about her, Angelina Jolie. Now, granted, I liked her in Hackers 40 years ago.
she was terrible in
I
Hackers.
know, she was
She
horrible.
got better since Hackers.
I mean, you thought Hackers was a cult classic. Wait until you get to Gia.
I've not seen Gia.
Oh, my God.
I am
She's my
aware
number
of the movie,
2.
but I've not
She's
seen
number
She's
2
your
on my
number
list.
2?
Yep.
Hey, weird
Put it on the board.
blood around your neck in a vial
Yes.
thing, kissing your brother on the lips. I mean, she does great things for adopting children and all that other kind of stuff, but as an actress,
Yeah.
She does great
No.
accents.
Mrs. Smith, rolling around with Brad Pitt, whatever.
I will say she didn't quite make my honorable mention list, but is someone I thought about.
Okay.
Yes.
What's your number 4?
Let's see. My number 4 is Ben Affleck.
Hey! It's my number 4.
Oh,
and I hope he did, so go ahead.
Okay. No, I just think
I did have an
I
actor on
think-
my list, but I know it's Jason's, so I'm not going to put it on there.
I think Ben Affleck is subpar of an actor.
Yes.
And everyone keeps I keep hearing
He
people.
peaked in Mallrats.
Yeah, probably.
Well, he surprised me in the last duel. When I first started the last duel, I'm like, holy shit, that's Ben Affleck with a blonde hair and a goatee?
I don't think I've ever seen Last
I
Duel.
don't know that one. So maybe
That's an interesting movie, by the way. I found it very entertaining. And
Is it French New Wave?
No, it's for an Affleck Damon movie. It's actually pretty good. Okay. I thought it was it's a story told from 3 perspectives, and you really don't know which one's the truth. But I still thought it was pretty
Which you
good.
like those type of films.
Which
I
I,
mean,
liked
probably
that. Yeah.
best that I would say I've seen him in was the one he directed was Argo,
I've never seen that
and
one.
he was
Yeah.
just pedestrian as an actor.
Gone Girl is the one that made me think, man, he's really not a good actor.
What was it? Paycheck? Was that the name of the movie?
Mina wasn't
That's
chasing
the one
Amy.
where I finally went, okay, you can give up on Ben Affleck now. Don't try to make Ben Affleck a thing anymore.
I mean, what about Chasing Amy? I mean, come on.
Oh,
man.
he was good in Chase Amy,
Yeah.
and he played.
he was. He's as good as someone in a Kevin Smith movie could be. I love watching Kevin Smith movies, but I'm not going to say that he gets the best acting out of the people.
Yeah.
I mean, when probably the best actor that Kevin Smith works with is probably Jason Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was your number 4.
Yes, that was
That was my number 4, along with Casey Affleck. I added his brother to it.
I think his brother is better than Ben.
But overrated?
Yes.
He won an Oscar.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Casey Affleck won an Oscar for Manchester by
Yeah.
the Sea.
I forgot about that.
So
Okay.
My number 3, because number 2 is Angelina Jolie. My number 3 is Johnny Depp. I feel like he was good, and then ever since he became the pirate, it's just everything he's in after that is just the pirate. That's all he's doing.
He's done again, like Leonardo, a lot of range. Mm-hmm. You know, going back to like when he had to actually act.
yeah,
Yes.
Leonardo's range is I can be Leonardo on a ship. I can be Leonardo as a cop.
Oh, my
I can be Leonardo as an actor.
I love that Dr. Seuss book.
Or patient in a mental hospital.
Leonardo as a mental patient.
I just think that Johnny Depp, like, once you hit that fame, it's tough to get that motivation, right?
And then when you hit a character so popular, that's the only thing you can do
Yeah.
from now on.
Yep.
He even tried Tonto.
That was horrible.
I never saw
so
that thing.
bad.
That was a bad movie. Lone
Consider
Ranger.
yourself lucky. It's
Yeah,
not
don't.
worth seeing.
Consider yourself.
At home.
That's right.
That's my number 3. Number 3 for you.
Number 3 for me, I have Will Ferrell.
That doesn't. He does get some credit for his drama, so I get that.
I mean, he did one good drama movie, but he just doesn't do enough that it's worthwhile. And he plays the same thing over and over, and it's the most annoying thing over and over.
I think he's funny.
I thought he
I-
was funny.
I like
and then 2003 came.
wow.
Well, it's 2003.
Sequel to 2001.
No, the year 2003. Well, that's when he just started redoing the same shit over and over.
Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights was the last good thing he's done.
Step Brothers.
Step Brothers was bad.
Step Brothers is bad.
I liked it. The more I realized it was just grown boys in men's bodies, and you go with that aspect of the movie.
Well, I'm not saying
it's actually pretty
But
funny.
It would have been better if it wasn't Will Ferrell. I just tired of Will Ferrell just doing the same thing with just a slightly different change. Oh, here's Will Ferrell as a soccer coach. That was a terrible ass
screen.
movie. Here's Will Ferrell as a semi-pro.
Remember when he loses his
basketball
temper?
player.
Remember he loses temper?
Yeah. Remember when, for some reason, he takes off his shirt when it doesn't have any advancement
going
to the
streaking.
plot?
I'm on fire. I'm on fire. That's right.
Number 3 for you.
Rosie O'Donnell.
She dubbed a good actress?
Well, she was at one point.
At one point.
Before she did her show.
Exit to
Became,
Eden?
she,
Did that
before
win
she
an Oscar?
became annoying.
But
And even the roles that she had were annoying.
Oh, League of Your Own.
League of Her Own is
I
annoying.
mean,
By the way, they're coming
she
out
was
with a new
great
League of Her Own
as an
series.
annoying
Yeah.
as the annoying teammate, right?
What's that?
She was great as the annoying
That's-
teammate.
League of Their Own, the new TV series, has
Yeah.
Nick Offerman
Yeah,
in Tom Hanks' role.
yeah.
It looks okay. I'll watch it.
I'll watch it. I'll give it.
I like the
different.
movie.
We'll see.
What's your number 2?
My number 2, Sandra Bullock.
Oh, that's one of Jason's favorites.
How dare you talk about my
Oh.
wife?
The temperature in this room rose 20 degrees in
Come
a
on,
second.
man.
Ooh, I can feel the
How
heat pouring from
Dare
Jason.
you?
Come on.
She carried Murder by the Number.
Oh my God.
How dare you?
Oh my God.
I think Ryan Gosling carried Murder by
Fuck
Number.
him.
Yeah.
I only can do so
Overrated.
much. What?
Overrated.
She brought Speed 2 into port.
Hey, she made There's Something About Steve worth talking about.
Yeah,
If that was the name of the movie.
it is now.
What About Steve?
yeah.
I don't remember.
What about
Dollar Steve? No.
You know what? Fuck you.
No.
It's
Sandra
ridiculous.
Bullock.
I hope your sex bot goes 8.
Sandy Bullock.
Goes AWOL.
Oh, wow.
Come on, man.
What's your number
Just
2,
because
Jeff?
she does,
No, you're
just
done.
because she does a stupid movie where she wears a blindfold throughout the whole thing, everybody's like, "Oh my God, the Bird Box is great."
Birdcage.
Whatever.
No, Bird Box was right. Birdcage was the Nathan Lane, Robin Williams movie. Was that
Anyways.
your number 2?
She plays the same role over and over again.
You play the same role.
Come on.
No, she played some crazy stalker lady in the Steve
Come
movie.
on.
The same year she played the mom protecting
Unbelievable.
her adopted football playing son.
Not believable.
She saved the internet and the net.
Not believable. That movie sucked.
That movie sucked.
It's all documentary. She does.
But she was great.
You know, if she
in-
wore a blindfold in that, that'd be better.
She was
Somebody
great.
stole my identity. That's why you're wearing a blindfold.
No, she was
Yeah.
great in Miss Congeniality 2, Armed and Fabulous.
Because we never
Oh.
saw the first one.
I never saw the first one, but I saw the second one, and she was great in that.
Once we got past the first half hour and learned what the plot was, because we were so lost. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is Joe Pesci.
Well, that's
What do you think? It's funny?
No, I don't.
You
That's
think
the
it's funny?
problem. I think he had
do you
one
think he's funny?
scene that was amusing in his
amuse you?
life, and
amuse
that
you?
he's resting on the laurels.
I'll be
of
honest.
that one scene.
we might get some hate mail for you taking this hot take on a guy that hasn't acted in 25 years.
What are you talking about? He was just in that one movie 2 years ago.
Yeah, that was so good that you don't remember.
It was the one that was up for all these fucking Oscars.
Lethal Weapon 5?
No, the Scorsese movie, The Irishman.
Ah, fuck that.
Shit.
Exactly.
Anyway.
And he plays the same character in that as he did in Goodfellas, as he does in
the Samuel L. Jackson argument.
exactly.
There you go.
I'm not taking away your Sam
right.
Jackson argument, and I'm saying he's better than Sam Jackson's better than him, because at least
Yeah.
Sam Jackson's characters are amusing.
Yeah.
Joe Pesci had one scene that was good, and everything else just annoys the living
I
fuck out of me
apologize.
every time he
Yeah.
opens his mouth.
I apologize. I'm a little frustrated after Blake's pick. I can't find my heels after I took them off because I was going to fight him with them. I'm lost, okay? Just give me a second.
So you
Number 2 is Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
Number 1 for me is Tom Cruise. Oh, my God. You know, the guy's a good actor, but jeez, oh, Pete. Few Good Men was like 40 years ago, okay? Let's get over this. All the Right Moves was 50 years ago. Let's move on, okay?
I think
Risky
you're adding
Business.
10 extra years to all those movies, but that's okay.
Same thing.
But
He was great in Risky Business.
Okay, that was 45 years ago.
What about
You're right.
the Outsiders?
That's
No.
right. He played Maverick for the next 20 years until he finally found another Maverick film to play.
I was gonna say, do people really necessarily say he's a great
Yes.
actor, or he just does movies they like?
They loved him in The Last Samurai.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Did he win an Oscar?
No, Tom Cruise has never won an Oscar.
Are you sure? For A Few Good Men?
No, he didn't win.
I
mean-
I don't know. I mean,
It's like he came off as this punk kid, and then he showed that he could act when he did things like the Color of Money and Rain Man. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, he's got
Oh, he didn't win
ability
an
to
Oscar.
act.
yeah.
But
then he played Cold Trickle over and over again.
Yeah, but then, yeah.
He's won Golden Globes. Sorry.
Okay. And I mean, yeah, I enjoy all the Mission Impossible movies, but I'm not going to say he's a good actor.
He won the
Yeah.
MTV Generation Award.
He's personable in the movies.
Fuck him.
He's going to sell you tickets
Yeah.
and Dianetics.
Number 1 for you.
My number 1, I'm going on a hot take here on one
Okay.
of today's most well-regarded actors, John Wayne.
Fuck him.
Well, let me tell you, Pilgrim.
John Wayne is
I'm
a
gonna-
terrible actor, and
I
somehow he
disagree.
was like the biggest draw in the box office.
Oh, that's
and
called-
they gave him an Oscar.
That was generational.
Can I,
Well, that generation sucked.
Can I be,
Well, that generation was also canned acting, too. I mean,
Oh, I
think
know,
about it.
and I hate that canned acting.
his other number 1 is Charlie Chaplin.
No, Charlie Chaplin was great. Not as good as Harold Lloyd, but
John Wayne, can I be Genghis Khan? Sure, why not?
yeah, that is enough. He was not believable as Genghis Khan.
He did impregnate a lot of people.
Well, let me tell you, Mongolian. Go out there and surround them and write them down.
That's called range director. Number 1 for you.
We're going into Russia.
Hey, that's down the hall.
No. No, the Mongols.
No, I know. I was kidding.
All right.
Still
When did the
political.
Mongrels rule China?
7.
That's not the correct answer. The correct answer is I don't know. I just work here.
Well, let me tell you about my cousin, Kubla. Kubla Khan.
What's your number one?
My number one, I loved him in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, but George Clooney is just fucking overrated.
I can see that. I like
No.
George Clooney.
I like him. Don't get me wrong.
Up in the air. Love that.
But overrated as an actor. He's just a good-looking guy who smiles and is like, I'll just use a little charm.
yeah.
And then they're like, oh my God, George Clooney.
You know, that falls into my same category as Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, he's. They gave him an Oscar for a movie he wasn't necessarily any better than any actor that was worked that year was.
Well, let me give you some before we get to honorable mentions. Let me give you some because this was a popular category.
I got a lot of honorable mentions.
Well, let's see if anyone else had them
I
first.
only
Hold
have
on.
one.
All right. If somebody says one, I'll go ding.
Your co-host on 97.9, the Fox,
Ditman.
the Ditman,
97.9, the Dead Man in the morning.
Johnny Depp, Tom Cruise, Gwyneth Paltrow, Demi Moore, and Steve Carell. I said what I said.
Ooh, Steve Carell. Ooh. I think that's fighting words.
Martha Hill Carroll, Nicolas Cage. Oh wait, she had in. Whoa! She had in different order. She had 4, 1, 3, 2, 5. Hold on, wait a minute.
That's the right order she wants you to read them in.
Number
but
fi-
she wants you to give the number.
Number 5, Russell Crowe. Number 4, Nicolas
that.
Cage.
Well, see, no one thinks he's a good actor, so
I do.
he's not overrated.
Put the money down. Angeline Jolie. Renee
Dang, well, that was
Zellweger.
on mine.
Ooh, Renee Zellweger.
Renelle Zellweger, that's a good choice.
And Keanu Reeves.
Ding.
Everyone puts Keanu Reeves as they know what they get with Keanu Reeves. They know it's not
Just
great
because he's a
acting,
good human being.
but he does enjoyable work, and yeah, he's a great human being.
Chris Richardson from the X365
I'm probably
flicks.
going to disagree with all of this.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Ding.
Still love the guy. Chris Hemsworth. What? Ben Affleck. Good call.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds. And Adrian Brody.
I think I'm going to disagree on that one.
I like Adrian Brody.
I like Adrian Brody, and I like Ryan Reynolds.
Tamara Cole. She had Casey Affleck. Ben Affleck. Hey, I like this. Billy Lord. Denise Richards. Now, hold on. No one ever said Denise Richards.
Hold on. That performance in Wild Things was the best I've ever seen.
I'm curious as to how many people talk about the great acting of Billy Lord.
I know. That's pretty wild.
I mean,
as Princess Leia stand-in?
I mean,
yes.
as the person with 2 lines in the Star Wars movie,
It's her list.
It's her list.
Number 1,
right.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah.
I can agree with Gwyneth Paltrow. That's probably somebody I overlooked.
Niecy had a good one. Kristen Wiig.
I got my
But,
tiny.
Gwyneth Paltrow. My God, everyone's putting Paltrow.
I probably would have put Gwyneth on my list if I thought of her.
Drew Barrymore, Jared Leto, and Kristen Stewart. I just realized I have mostly women on this list. I totally could have picked a top 5 men and top 5 women list. Randall Holt at RJ Holt 666. Not evil.
He's just handled that way.
Ryan Gosling. Jennifer Aniston. There you go. buddy.
I was waiting for Jason to agree with that one.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, I could see
Katharine Hepburn. And Leonardo DiCaprio.
that. Thank you, Randall.
Leo. Nardo.
I will say with Katharine Hepburn, I really do like her, but she does still fall under that John Wayne shit that I hate. That she
Yes.
has that
Katharine
cadence
Hepburn,
in her
yes.
speech.
Yeah, exactly.
Dr. Number One had Will Ferrell, George Clooney,
Ding.
Meryl Streep,
Ooh.
Chris Farley, and Jaden Smith. Jaden Smith.
No one said that was a good actor.
Nobody ever said he was good. Come on.
Steve had Everything I Learned from Movies.
Everything I learned from him.
Julia Roberts.
Ding. I
yeah,
had that.
ding.
That was my one honorable mention that I wrote down.
Marlon Brando. Ding.
The problem, I thought of Marlon Brando. He actually was good in his earlier work.
I think everybody remembers his last.
His later stuff, like Apocalypse Now, was
Yeah.
What about The
ham-fisted.
Godfather?
Godfather was not good, in my opinion.
All he did was play Jabba the Hutt.
Superman, not good.
Before there was a Jabba the Hutt.
But
It's kind of like Gremlins and Baby Yoda and Yoda. What came first?
But things like the Streetcar Named Desire,
Yeah.
I thought he was good in the Wild
Thornberry.
Wild Bunch or the Wild One. I
Thornberries.
don't remember now.
I think it's the wild ones.
Okay.
It's if only Yoda stole from Gremlins. Man, if only there was some way to track that.
Stole from Gremlins.
Vin Diesel, Jared Leto. And number 1, he even posted the picture of him telling Superman to stand back, Kevin Costner.
Oh, God. Yeah, that was one of the worst scenes ever.
I could die. Just stay there. Brian, intern Brian.
Oh, this is Brian's list. Let's see how...
Jared Leto.
But you people, you did not watch My So-Called Life if you're dissing Jared Leto.
Tyler Perry. I thought of Tyler Perry. That was on my nominee.
I ding, he's on my list, but I was like, is he really an actor or is he really a producer?
He's an actor.
Wasn't he a comedian?
He was a comedian.
First.
But he did other non...
But he produced the movies, and then he put himself in it.
He called himself.
Well, he did his stage thing,
Yeah.
which wasn't really stand-up, but he did, and that's where the Medea character came from, and then they put that into the movies. But then, he popped up in a couple movies where he's not, where he didn't do it, he was just an actor in them, and he wasn't a great actor. I mean, he was serviceable.
Kevin Hart.
Ding.
Seth Rogen. Josh Gad. You got to have a butthole in order to be underrated or even rated at all.
Now, I'll agree with Seth Rogen. I think Josh Gad is good. I like Josh Gad.
I like Josh Gad. Dana Gardens. Can I put Sly Stallone at 1 through 5?
Oh, he did that after.
And Land of the List at Land of the List. I like this
They're
one.
doing lists. I like this place.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Ooh, hot take.
Tom Hardy. I could see that.
You can never find... Tom Hardy's so different from movie to movie.
Mark Wahlberg. Ding.
I can't believe they put
Ding,
Tom Hardy.
yes.
The problem is that he's not really rated.
But I consider him another
He is-
music performer that gets acting roles.
Well, I have a hard time.
And when I say
considering him a
music performer, I'm not saying musical artist. I'm saying he
Yes.
performed music.
Yeah, but I'm not
Yes.
saying I'm
Like
have a hard-
Beyonce, she performs music.
I have a hard time saying Marky Mark as a music performer as opposed to someone who kind of danced while he kind of rapped.
Well, that's what I'm saying,
But
performer.
that's not music. I'm saying what he did, it can't be considered music.
Popular music performer.
He was a performer of something,
Pop
but not music.
artist performer, like Beyonce is what you're saying.
Beyonce,
He's like
I
Beyonce.
can at least call what Beyonce does music. I can't call. Yo, feel the vibration. That's not music.
And drop your pants
Yeah.
and dance in your underwear. Yeah.
Number 2.
No, but I agree. He's overrated because
Yeah.
some people do say he's pretty good, and he's below average.
Yeah. The trees.
It was the
What?
trees. All right, continue.
Number
Jason.
2. Will Smith pre-slap opinion.
Ding. I had Will Smith on here.
And number 1, Amy Adams. I can see that.
Ooh,
Ooh,
dissing Amy.
man.
So there you go.
Is that it? Is that all we got?
That's it. What do you got?
There's one. Jennifer Lopez. But then again,
Honorable mention.
dance performer.
No, I mean I completely agree. She,
Yeah.
I'll even call her
Yeah.
music performer. She musics and dances, but I don't know people who like her music career are the only people that say she's okay as an actor. I mean, I saw Gigli.
With Ben Affleck.
Yes.
Saw the boy next door. Hey, Jeff.
Yes, Jason.
What kind of car does a sheep like to drive?
A car that a sheep likes to drive.
A ram.
An SUV.
A Lamborghini.
Oh,
Get it? Get it?
I get it.
Okay. That's it. That's all we had. Thanks, everybody, for listening. We'll be back next week. Bad idea of the week. Releasing The Flash from
I
DCU.
still don't think it's a bad idea. They need
Okay.
to make.
Bad idea number 18. 18. Keeping Ezra Miller in The Flash.
Okay.
There we go. How about that?
And I'll even move that up to 16.
There you go. So thanks for listening. Don't forget to get your Hello Jeff monthly orders in. And Roger says goodbye.
Titles for the show.
Oh, shit. Yep, got that part. We got Jeff.
I have You Can't Chalk Yourself.
I have that one.
77-sided die.
Mm-hmm.
Crunchy sweater. Spontaneous.
Spontaneous.
Yeah, that's it. Spontaneous.
The Roman Emperor.
Yes.
Yosemite. Assistant to the producer.
Oh.
No longer physical. Walking pig corpses.
I like that one.
Colin Head. And my cousin Kubla.
I have Oscar-winning bear. I can't find my heels. You can't chalk yourself. We still have a streaming service. And I think that was it. So, which one did you like?
Anything, Blake?
Best color man in the business.
Well, you both had you can't chalk yourself.
I'm going you can't chalk yourself.
Can't chalk yourself.
Roger says goodbye.
I don't want the hate mail from Olivia Newton-John.
How dare you say that too, Blake? That was mean.
Okay, you won't get hate mail from Olivia Newton-John.
Fans.
Oh. Goodbye.
Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets. There's a history, not so bad. There's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. History of bad ideas. Podcast.
You are listening to a Hobie.